Do you feel like you get one-tapped every single time you peek an angle?
Bro.
Well, in this video, I'll break down why that is, and by the end of this video, you'll go from peeking like this to peeking like your favorite pro.
They're going C. Good luck.
So if this video has helped you out, then you have to drop a like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me if we hit 10,000 subs by the end of October. Now, onto the video. One of my students was having problems with peeking, and whenever he peeked angles, there wasn't intention behind it. So he would just round the corner out and peek lazy, thinking nobody was there, or he would just think he's good enough that he doesn't need to peek properly. Take a look. Okay, so every one of our fights and how we take our fights, we just kind of, I know we're in deathmatch, but let's play this back. We just kind of lazy clear. We don't have the intention of peeking. Like, we just kind of go around like this instead of just going like this. You know what I mean, right?
Like, I'm having my crosshair around the corner instead of placing it where I know he's gonna be.
Yeah. You're not peeking with the angle. You're peeking into the angle. So like your crosshair's not really ready at all. See, look at your crosshair and look where the dude is. Yeah, it's not that far. A micro adjustment would fix it, but if you just like take your time and let me load up the game. All right, so let's get into it. So you are peeking the angle like this, like you're like you're just dragging your ship. What you want to do is boom, boom, boom. So like you're cutting the pie, boom, boom, and you're going to be ready for this dude 9 out of 10 times, and your crosshair's already going to be on them, or if not super closer than that one right there. Yeah, so think of peeking angles like you're slicing a pie, and always have the intention behind peeking. When peeking, there's an advantage. So say, when you peek, you'll have more time to react than the person that's holding. Take a look at this demonstration. So let's give each one of these baseline numbers. Yeah, these numbers can vary based on individual reaction time, ping, and server lag. But for now, we'll make these constant variables. So say, the peeker gets 400 milliseconds to react. Then it would take the server, which is how much ping you get in game. So let's say you have 20 ms. It will take the server 20 ms to react to each individual movement that you do. Now the one holding has to react in a shorter amount of time. For the holder to see the peeker, they have to wait for the server time of the peeker to hit the server, then bounce back and hit the holder's PC. And they have to react and send info back to the server as well. So for example, if you're on 20 ms and you're someone who's holding the angle, then you get swung by that peeker that has the same ping as you, you're basically fighting someone that has 0 ms while you have 40 ms. This is a big disadvantage, especially in this game when the time to kill is so low. That's why you see so many duelists in ranked or very aggressive pro players with high kills. It's because 80% of their kills come from peeking. Yes, if you have bad internet, it'll affect your peeking and holding, but lucky for you, I get a lot of questions about how to fix my ping or how to fix my bad internet. Well, it could be a multitude of things, but lucky for you, I have the perfect solution, Gear Up Booster. Gear Up Booster makes your internet more stable and reduces your ping. As you can see here, I had over 70 ping and it felt horrible, but with just a click of a button, I can reduce my ping all the way down to 20 ms and my packet loss is at 0. Guess what? You guys could try it completely for free and the link is in the description. So see if it makes a difference for you. I was able to get my ping in the low 20s, but you might be able to get it lower, so let me know how low you can get yours. If you're on console, don't worry, they have you covered as well. They offer a product called Hyper Rev, which also increases your internet stability and reduces your ping. So if you want lower ping, click the description and try it out. Don't let bad internet stop you from grinding. Thank you Gear Up Booster for sponsoring this video. There are different peeks in the game, such as jump peeking, jiggle peeking, crouch peeking, shoulder peeking, wide or dry peeking, and pre-aim peeking. These are all good peeks you should be using, so let's go over when it's appropriate to use all of these peeks. Jump peeking should be used as info. For example, here in Haven, you have no info and it's 20 seconds into the round, and you're on backside of C. Then that's the appropriate time you should jump peek for long info. Another example of when to peek is if the enemy has an op and you don't want to die or you don't know where the op is. You can jump peek to bait that shot and you'll know where the op is. Jiggle peeking. Jiggle peeking is best for clearing common angles. When you jiggle peek, you want to be as far back as possible so you can decrease any angle disadvantage you might get from peeking close. Pre-aiming. After you have cleared common angles, then you should be pre-aiming to clear off angles. Another good use of pre-aiming would be if you're in a 1v1 post-plant scenario. The reason why pre-aiming is so strong in a 1v1 post-plant is because that there's not as many spots they can be and there's only one other person. Crouch peek. Crouch peeking has been in the game forever, but recently people just started to pick up on it because of Premi. Crouch peeking is good in almost every scenario because everyone is pre-aiming at the head height, but notable scenarios for crouch peeking are if you're trying to clear angles that they can hear you, like close angles, then you clear it with a crouch peek. Or if you want to ego challenge someone, opening that fight with a crouch peek will give you the advantage because you become more accurate while crouching and it will throw off your enemy's crosshair placement. So yeah, crouch peeking is good for almost every scenario, but I wouldn't do it too often in game because you might become predictable. Wide or dry peeking. Wide peeking or dry peeking is very situational and only really should be used in 1v1 scenarios to throw off your enemy. So I would say you should try and flash or use utility before wide peeking. Shoulder peek. Shoulder peeking is very useful in almost every situation. For example, in fights, if you don't have room to swing, you can bait your enemy's shots with a shoulder peek, then swing. Sinatra is really good at incorporating shoulder peeks into fights. So let's take a look.
There's two. One.
Last player standing.
40 on jet.
One enemy remaining.
Scanning ahead. There they are.
Oh, too good.
My Bible.
It's not just for fights as well, it's also really good for info, like finding an op or spotting people. But be careful, shoulder peeking is slower than jump peeking, so you might take damage or even die while doing it. Bad peeks and angle disadvantage. Take a look at this demonstration. We'll call the red person player A and the blue person player B. So, who has the angle disadvantage in this demonstration and why? I'll give you 20 seconds to put your answer in the comments, so give me 20 seconds to do a shameless Discord plug. We're an active community of 200 plus people always looking to improve and help each other out. In the Discord, you'll learn a lot of new things. I do free VOD viewing every Saturday. I host monthly giveaways as I just gave away a Singularity 2.0 bundle, and I offer coaching services as low as $20. So click the description and join my Discord. Alright, the answer is, if you got it right, then give yourself a pat on the back. Here's Trex, that same student from earlier, he's putting himself in angle disadvantage.
Oh, holding too tight?
Holding too tight and... we can go back. I'll play it again.
Throwing random flicks?
No. It's nothing with your aim. Nothing with your aim this round.
Oh, I didn't blind?
Nope. Well, that as well.
There's a lot of problems.
There's a lot of things. Okay, you're moving forward where they could be.
Yep.
And also, we need to stop swinging with our W key because we're going forward. And
Makes
we're
you slower.
yeah, and we're at angle disadvantage while we're going forward.
Look at it.
Shot.
40 on close.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, that was kind of a lazy peek. It was like a diagonal peek.
It was the same deathmatch peak that we've been doing. See, look how it's so ingrained into us to just diagonal slow peak like that. Like that just lost us. So we need to be practicing our peaks most definitely. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how should I practice peeking? Well, here's the routine I would use to practice peeking. 2 death matches focusing on slicing the pie and creating an angle disadvantage for the enemy. This will build intention behind your peeks. Go into customs on every map and practice all the peeks I said earlier. Watch pro VODs and analyze how they peek and then try to mimic that in game or in deathmatch. Then you should be a peeking demon. There we go. Oh my god. You're peeking perfectly. And you get rewarded for peeking perfectly.
It's crazy.
I
how
know
that
you
works.
I know you know how to do that, but you just don't do it enough. You gotta do that at least 90% of your gunfights. You gotta peek perfectly. You will get rewarded.
I don't know why I'm so lazy with it.
If you made it this far in this video, comment your favorite pro and don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and join my Discord. Adios.